Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm good afternoon to everyone. I am Rajesh Babu. Today we are going to discuss about business environment. Business environment. The subject code is MMPC003. Is it audible?
Yes,
Hello.
sir, it is audible. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You all are very known. What is business? What is environment? What is organization? What is organization? Organization means a group of people working together to achieve common goal. A group of people working together to achieve common goal is called organization. Normally, business means to solve or rectify or solution for others' problem. Business means to solve, rectify, or solution for others' problem. But ultimate aim is to earn profit. But main intention is to solve others' problem. Environment, in business environment, you may have a variety of reasons for studying this course, but the main reason is to become a successful manager. The success of individuals, it depends on a number of factors, internal factors as well as external factors, skills, knowledge, attitude, then behavior, then working environment, hard work, commitment, smart work, etc. In same, your success and failure of your business as a manager depends on number of factors, and choose the factors may not always be within your control. Very often such factors constitute your work environment. This includes your job, your department, your organization, your nation, and world around you. After all, as a manager, you do not function in a vacuum. You exist and operate within and not without an environment. Therefore, a manager, when you think or take decisions, you cannot neglect the limitations of your environment. After examining the possible reaction from the environment, your place, say a marketing manager would not study your market environment before launching a new product. Or the finance manager, would you not study how the capital and money market of the country are structured and organized before deciding on the source and use of your fund? The personal manager would not you find the rules and regulation laid down by government on such subject like reservation before undertaking recruitment and selection of your required staff. Understanding business environment is very important for every organizations, because the nature of business environment is highly dynamic and complex. The environment in which business operates is full of opportunities as well as threats. An organization formulates its business strategy in such a way that is able to capitalize on available opportunities and protect itself from the threats which our environment may be posting. You will also learn about the emerging scenario of business environment in India, the process of scanning the environment, that knowledge gaining can also used for formulating the business strategy. The unit aimed to set you thinking about three ideas. It aimed to define environment, classify your business environment, classify your business on the basis of some criteria, identify some of the critical element of environmental of business, and establish the nature of interaction between environment and business. Business and environment. The environment refers to the totality of all the factors which are external and beyond the control of individual business enterprise and their management. Environment furnishes the micro context. I mean, essentially the given within which firm their management must operate. For example, the value system of the society, the rules and regulation laid down by the government, the monetary policy of the central bank, the institutional setup of the country, the ideological beliefs of the leaders, the attitude forward foreign capital and enterprise, etc. All constitute the environmental system within which a business firm operates. These environmental factors are many in numbers and various varieties in this form. Business environment may be defined as the total surrounding which have a direct or indirect bearing on the business activities. The total surrounding which have a direct or indirect bearing of business activities. The business environment is very broader sense. They are the opinion that business activities are influenced not only by the environmental factors as well as internal factor also. The environmental factors generally vary from country to country. The environment that is typically of India may not found another country like USA, UK, Japan. Similarly, the American, Soviet, British, Japanese environment may not found in India. The environmental situation may be vary from countries to countries. There may be some factors common, but the order and intensity of the environmental factors so different between nations. What to say the country, the magnitude and direction of environmental factors differ over region within a country and over localities within a region. Thus, one may talk of local, regional, national, and international environment of business. For example, local customs of coolie laborers, the climate of northern region of Assam, the policies of the state and central government in India, the supply of world market. All these factors together have the important bearing on tea industry. The production, consumption, and marketing of tea will be affected by environmental factors. The environment differs not only over space but also over time within a country. That is past, present, and future environment. Future environment is the product of past and present environment. The Indian economy of tomorrow will be influenced by what the state of the economy is at present and what it was in past. Sometimes the environment may be classified into market environment and non-market environment, depending upon whether a business firm environment is influenced by market forces like demand, supply, number of others firm, and resulting price competition or non-price competitions, etc. By non-market force like government rules and regulations, government laws, social and traditional factors, etc. But we may classify the environment into economic and non-economic environment. In non-economic environment refers to social environment, political environment, legal environment, educational environment, then cultural factors that affect business operation. But the economic environment, on the other hand, is given shape and formed by factors like fiscal policy, monetary policy, per capita income, industrial policy resolution, physical limit on output, the price and income trend, nature of economic system at work, then economic development, national economic plan, etc. The non-economic environment has economic implications. Just economic environment may have non-economic implications. Since the environment is sum of total of the history, geography, culture, sociology, politics, and economic of national and international factors. Some some definitions are there. The business environment is defined many others. According to Hay, business environment is the aggregate of all conditions, events, and influence that surround, affect it. Then Richman, according to Richman, environment consists of factors that are largely totality external beyond the control of individual industrial organization and their management. According to William, business environment is the process by which strategic monitor the economic, governmental, market, supplier, technological, geographic, and social settings to determine the opportunity and threat to their firm. The business environment can also be classified economic and non-economic. The economic environment consists of factors like fiscal policy, the monetary policy, and industrial policy. The non-economic environment refers to socio-cultural, political, legal, technological, natural factors, and other factors. All these definitions give better understanding of business environment. It can be concluded that the business environment is a combination of dynamic, complex, and uncontrollable external factor within which a business is to be operated. It is to scan all these forces. Hence, it is crucial to have a thorough understanding of basic idea of the business environment and the nature of its different components. This interrelation assists the business organization to reinforce its capabilities and efficiently allocate its resources. The business organization
Can you
interacts.
show the PDF?
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, business organization interact and transact with the business environment. Therefore, business organizations and business environments are directly related. Business environment influence the scope and direction of business activities. The business, the business, the business can see a specific activity. Example, retail business, in which company is making use of internet and social media for marketing of their product. For example, Flipkart and Amazon is a specific form of business and is a private limited company. Business also be seen a broad activity like a business system as a whole, where we may refer it a market system or capitalism, which whole range of activities including professional bodies, trade union, consumers, regulatory agencies, and government bodies are included. In retail sector, the huge development happened after the introduction of online marketing. The environment may be classified into market environment and non-market environment, depending upon whether the business firm environment influenced by market force like demand, supply, number of other firms, resulting price competition and non-price competition. By non-market force like government laws, social tradition, rules and regulation, laws, etc. In early 2015, Nestle's famous product was Maggi noodles faced a setback in India when food inspectors claimed to have found its unsafe product, as the amount of lead was more than its permissible limit. But Nestle tried its best to keep consume consumer trust by continuously interacting with them on social media platform and ensuring that Maggie is safe and they are cooperating with authorities. Later, Maggie was temporarily banned in India, and Nestle was asked by the Food Safety and Standard Authority of India to recall its noodles product from the market and destroy them. it's hugely impact their revenues and profit as Maggie was one of the most popular product in India. Nowadays, the relaunch product. In second half 2015, fresh batch of Maggi was tested and it was allowed to sell again. But lead controversy adversely affected the trust of consumers and took a lot of promotional strategy to regain the lost revenue. It launched emotional campaign uh, through social media to revive bond between consumers and Maggie brand. It looked them it looked them sometimes revive from losses and gain pre-ban market share. Basic proposition breaking basic propositions of business environments are three basic propositions of business environment. One is business is an economic activity. Second one, a business firm is an economic unit. Third one, business decision making is an economic process. Three basic propositions of business environment. First one, business is an economic activity. Second one, a business firm is an economic unit. Third one, business decision making is an economic process. First one, business is an economic activity. Business is an economic activity. An economic activity involves the task of adjusting the means resources like men, machines, material, money, method, everything to end target market. Or end to means output. The economic activity may assume a different form such as consumptions, production, distribution, and exchange of goods. The nature of business differ depending upon the form of economic activity being undertaken and organized. For example, manufacture is a primarily concerned with production. The stock exchange business of government is to run the administration. The government also may own, control, and manage public enterprises. The business of bank is to facilitate transaction with short-term and long-term end. This example can be easily multiplied. The point to be noted is that each business has a target to achieve. And for this purpose, each business has some resource at this disposal. Sometimes the target has to be matched with given resources. Sometimes the resources have to be matched with given target. Either way, the task of business is to be optimize the outcome of economic activities. This is the first one. A business is an economic activity. Second one, a business firm is an economic unit. A business firm is an economic unit. A business firm is essentially transformation unit. It transforms input into output of goods or services. Normally, the conversion of one form of material into another form is production, or step-by-step conversion of one form of material into another form is called production. But in service sector, it may be differ. In hotel, hungry customer is a input, satisfied customer is a output. Another one in education, school in college, school students is input, or 12th pass students is input, output is graduates. Then transport services, so field services. Okay. So the nature of input requirements and the type of output flow are determined by size, structure, location, and efficiency of the business firm under consideration. Business firm may be of different size and forms. They may undertake different types of activities such as mining, manufacturing, farming, trading, transport, painting, winding, logistics, banking, etc. The motivational objectives underlying all these activities is the same, is profit maximization in the long run. Profit is essentially a surplus value. The value of output is excess of the value of input. the surplus of revenue over the cost. A business firm undertakes the transformational process to generate its surplus value. The firm can grow further if the surplus value is productively invested. The firm therefore carefully plan the optimum allocation of resources like men, machines, money, method, time, energy, etc. to get optimum production. The entire process of creating, mobilization, and utilization of the surplus constitute the economic activity of business firm. Third one, business decision making is an economic process. Business decision making is an economic process. The decision making involves a set of alternative course of action. Before take any decision, prepare a number of alternative solution, then select best solution. Choice is the root of resources. If the resources had not been scarce, an unlimited amount of end could have been met. But the situation of resource constraint is very real. A business firm thinks seriously about the optimum allocation of resources because resources are limited in supply and most resources have alternative uses. The firm intends to get the best out of given resources or minimize the use of resources for achieving specific target. When input is constraining factor, the firm decisions variable in output, and when the output is constraining factor, the firm decisions variable in input. Vice versa. So if when the input is constraining factor, the firm decision variable is the output, and when output is the constraining factor, the firm decision variable is the input. Whatever may be the decisions variable, procurement or production, distribution, logistics, sales, input, output, or decision making in variable, the process of selecting best available alternative way. Decision making involves making a choice from a set of alternative course of action. Choice at the root of all economic activity. Normally, the proposition, three propositions are there. Business is an economic activity. Business firm is an economic unit. Business decision making is a economic process. In environment, nature of business environment. Nature of business environment consists of 5 points. First one, a dynamic. The second one, uncertain. Third one, complex. Fourth one, relatively. Fifth one, interrelation. Dynamic, uncertain, complex, relativity, interrelation. Normally, business environment is a dynamic one. Business environment such as internal, external business environments are highly flexible one. They keep on changing. For example, changing customer preference, new competitor enter into the market, novel technology, new marketing channel, new government policies, and changing demography. Then various factors comprising the business environment continuously keeping on changing. Consequently, the impact on business also keep on changing. The management has keep to track of these development and effect the necessary changes its strategy well on time to meet the new challenges. Second one, business environment is an uncertain one. It is very difficult to pre-assume with any degree of certainty about the factors influence the business environment because they continue to fluctuate very quickly because it depends on various factors, maybe same customer attitude, vision, changes of societal problems, everything. Third one, complex. The business environment is complex. It is continuously exposed to uncertain challenges such as technological disturbance, global competition, leadership changes, shifting economic, social, and regulatory conditions, etc. It may be easy to scan environment, but its impact on business decisions will be difficult to estimate. It is very difficult for a firm to survive and prosper in such an uncertain environment. The environment consists of number of factors, event, condition, and influence which arise from different sources. These factors, events, conditions, and influence do not exist in isolation but interact with each other to create a new set of influence. It is relatively easy to understand individual factor of environment, but it is rather difficult to grasp the effect is totality because of mixed and conflicting responses required by various factors. Third one, relativity. The business environment is associated with societal norms and social conditions, and is the reason why the business environment varies from country to country, region to region, which makes more complex. So it depends on various reasons. Then fifth one, interrelation. All the factors and forces of business environments are related to each other. For instance, which the youth towards Western culture, their demand for food, fast food, is also rising. Same. Take another example: change in political parties will result in changing monetary policy, fiscal policy, then GST, like that, then government rules, market conditions, technology, etc., etc. Thus, all these factors are required to scan properly as the factors are interrelated to each other. These are the nature of business environment: dynamic, uncertain, complex, relativity, and interrelation. Next one, scope of business environment. Scope of a business, first one, internal and external, micro and macro, controllable and uncontrollable environment, specific and general environment. Scope of business, first one, internal and external business environment. Internal environment and external business environment. Internal environment means those factors that are within an organization and influence the strength or weakness of the business. For example, superiors of raw material, inefficiency of human resources, then strength of the organization, like very good machines, very good equipments, introduction of new technology, highly committed labor, then produced quality product, then high quality packaging, then reasonable pricing, innovative product, then company mission, company vision. So internal thing. Okay, internal. So strength of the organization. Same weakness of the organization: poor quality of raw material, then average quality of our employees, then traditional machines, traditional equipments. These are the traditional products. These are the sometimes the weakness of the organization. The external environment means those factors which are beyond the control of business. The internal environments are controllable one, but external environments are uncontrollable one. Business are outside the organization. They provide opportunities and pose threat to the business. For example, changing political and economic condition, economic condition, and technological changes of the business. It's an uncontrollable one, but sometimes maybe predictable one, but it's uncontrollable one. Changing the political, economic condition, and technological changes. Then second one, micro and macro environment. Sometimes internal and external environments are interchangeably referred as micro and macro environment. Micro environment affect working of your business. It directly impacts business activities and incorporates customers, supplies, market intermediaries, competitors, etc. Customers. So interact or indirectly impact on business activities, customers, suppliers, market intermediaries, and competitors. These factors are controllable one. But macro environment is a general environment that impacts the working of all businesses. It is uncontrollable one. Influence indirectly means political conditions, same economic condition, technology conditions, or the part of macro environment. Then technological advancements such as blockchain technology, then artificial intelligence, then driverless car, okay, without driver the car, then it change the face business operations. Okay, these are the macro environment. Then third one, controllable and uncontrollable environment. All those factors which are governed by business come under controllable environment. Internal factors are also treated as controllable factors, such as
Sorry for interruption.
so,
May I please request host to keep Sri Albert on mute? It's causing a lot of audible issues. Thank you.
okay, thank you. Controllable and uncontrollable environment. All those factors which are governed by government under the controllable environment. Internal factors are also treated as controllable, such as money and material, machines, method, etc. etc. These are the controllable one. Uncontrollable factors are external factors beyond the control of business, namely global threatening, then technological factors, legal factors, then natural challenges, another one natural changes, climatic or the everything. These are the uncontrollable factors. The recent corona pandemic is a major example for uncontrollable factor. The pandemic has hugely impacted the business, but opportunities are there. Number of opportunities are there, but highly affected or impacted by the business to change the strategy. Then fourth one, specific and general environment. Specific environment refers to external factors that directly influence the business enterprise, decisions and actions, and are directly pertain for achievements of organizational goals. The main forces that include the specific environment are customers, suppliers, competitors, and pressure group. General environment refers to the economic, political, legal, socio-cultural, technological, demographic, and global conditions that influence organizations. These external forces or factors impact organizations indirectly, and organization must plan, organize, lead, and control their activities by incorporating these factors. Normally, for scope of business environment, internal factor, external, micro environment, macro, controllable, uncontrollable, specific, and general. Then business environment. Types of business environment. Types. There are certain of factors, internal and external to the organization, influencing both positive and negative ways of these different components of business environment. Normally, business environment divided into two: internal environment, external environment. Internal environment, external environment. Internal environments are value system, vision of the organization, objectives of the organization, organization structure, organization culture, human resources or manpower, then physical resources, financial capabilities. These are the internal environment. Internal environment. Normally, internal environments are controllable one. Value system, mission of the organization, vision of the organization, objectives of the organization structure, corporate culture, then human resources, physical resources, financial capabilities. These are the controllable factor. Then another one, external environment. Uh, External environments are divided into two: micro environment, macro environment. Macro. Micro environments are suppliers of input, customers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, and public. Suppliers of input, customers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, and public. Micro environment. This is another one. Macro environment, economic environment, political environment, legal environment, technological environment, global environment, socio-cultural environment, demographic environment, natural environment. All these macro environments are economic environment, political environment, legal environment, technological environment, global environment, socio-cultural environment, demographic environment, natural environment. All these macro environments are uncontrollable factors. Then first one, internal environment. in It's include the factors exist within the organization influencing the performance of organization. These factors are controllable in nature, and organization can attempt to change or modify these factors. Organizations resources like men, material, money, and machines are part of internal environment. These different internal factors are first one, values are defined as ethical belief that guide the organization in attaining its mission and objectives. These are formulated by top level managers such as board of directors. The extent to which these value systems are shared by all in the organization significant factor leading to its success. Second one, the value systems and ethical standard which our organization has to adopted. Second one, mission and objective. The mission, goal, and objectives of the companies as they determine the priorities, direction of development, philosophy, etc. The mission reflect the overall purpose or reason for the organization. A mission guide and affect the decisions, economic activities of the organization. Accordingly, the organization can change or modify its mission and objectives. Third one, organization structure. The organization structure determine the extent of professionalism of management, characteristics of available human resources like skill, morale, commitment, attitude, etc. The organization structure is the hierarchical relationship explain their role, responsibility, and supervision. The structure of the board of directors, the professionalism of management, etc. The part of organization structure. The significant forces affect business decisions for effective management and working of a business organization for prompt decision making. The structure of organization should be conductive. The organization structure easy identify the hierarchy of the people. Hierarchy, then rules and regulation, the command received from one direction, everything. Then fourth one, culture. Shared values and belief in the organization determine its internal environment, also known as corporate culture. Organizations having strict supervision and control reflect the lack of flexibility and unsatisfied employees. These set of values assist the employees to understand what organization stands for, what is considered, how it's work. Then cultural value of business thus determine the direction of activities. Culture may be differ from one organization to another organizations. Then fifth one, human resources. Human resources. The human quality of your firm is an important factor of internal environment. The skills of employees, skills, qualities, capabilities, attitude, competence, and commitments of employees. They contribute to the strength and weakness of an organization may find it's difficult to carry out modernization redesigning because of resistance by its employees. If the organization have very good employees at the time, you achieve lot. Then sixth one, physical resources and financial capabilities. Physical resources uh, like machines, machineries, plant and equipment facilities, then financial capabilities, then our firm decide to competitive strength, which is significant factor for examining it efficiency and unit cost of production. Moreover, research and development capabilities of a company decide its ability to innovate and thus increase the productivity of workers. Then move on to next external environment. External factors that exist outside the organizations influence the performance of organization. This includes those factors or forces that exist outside of organization, influencing the performance of organization. Thus, external factors can be further classified into micro environment and macro environment. Micro environments are in first one, supplier. The supplier of input or significant constitute of the external microenvironment of organization. The supplier give raw materials and resources of the firm. The firm should have more than one supplier for efficient input flow, because the supplier or those who provide various kinds of input such as raw material, fabricated parts, etc. etc. Every firm operates at a low cost of production for which it has ensure uninterrupted supply of input. Any uncertainty in the supply of input will require the firm to maintain a high level of inventories, which may lead to increase in cost of production. In same case, the firm have gone backward integration, that is entering into business of supplier. Reliance Industries, for example, has done this in India. From textile manufacturing, it entered into business of yarn manufacturing. In most cases, however, the firm is still finding outsourcing more beneficial. And in the period of scarcity, input shortage, supply management has to be main priority of the company. Second one, customers or the buyer of the firm product or services. Then customers are important part of external microenvironment. Customer hold the key to success of a business. Therefore, understanding customers and monitoring their changing taste and preference is very important for every business. The loyalty of customer towards a product or services depends mainly upon their degree of satisfaction. In order to create and sustain customers, the management has to set up systems for monitoring customer attitude, behavior, satisfaction on continuing bias. A business usually has different categories of customer like individual, household, business firm, government, and other institution. They may be situated locally, regionally, and national level, even globally. From business firm point of view, it's often too risky to depend on single customers. It has to identify various group or segment of the customers whom is wish to serve, has to strive continuously to expand its customer basis. So customer has a buyer of firm product and services. Then customers are an important part of external environment. No businessman, however large it may be, enjoy monopoly in a real market situation. It also always facing some kind of competitions. Some the firm competitors include not only for other firm which are the same kind of business, but also firm belong to other industries. If the customers finally decide to buy a product, next question would be which product is best? Small, small size, quantity wise, price wise, quality wise. They're comparing everything. Before that, compare with competitors. Third one, marketing intermediaries. Mark first one in micro environment. First one supplier, second one customers, third one marketing intermediaries. Intermediaries play an essential role in selling and distributing product to final customers. Marketing intermediaries are an important link between business firm and its ultimate customer. Retailer and wholesaler bulk buy in bulk and sell the business product and service to ultimate customers. Marketing intermediaries are channel members or just like middlemen which help the business firm to take its product to final buyer. Most companies find too difficult to reach the final buyer on their own as they do not have the requisite network to distribute their product. The intermediaries such as wholesaler, retailer, distribution firm, agents, etc., perform various kinds of function to assist the business firm in promoting, selling, and distributing its goods to the final customers. These intermediaries help the firm to find the customers, close sales with them. They also assist firm moving goods from production point to the consumption point. The success of any business firm also depend upon quality of relationship which is with the channel members or marketing intermediaries. Usually, the firm lacking its own distribution network cannot afford to have conflict or the relationship with wholesaler and retailer. Many companies are now looking for innovative way to directly reach it customers to under okay, nowadays the companies are looking for innovative way to directly reach it customers. Fourth one, competitors. Competitors. Competitors are really in business influencing the business strategies of the organization. This example, Zomato, Suzuki are major competitor in food delivery business and their strategies impact on each other. Same, Amazon, Flipkart are major competitors in retail business. Their strategies impact on each others. So competitors is a major factor. Another one, public or group such as media group, women's association, environmentalist, consumer protection group or significant factor in the external microenvironment. The public can define as any group affecting a company's ability to achieve its objective. Recently, people for ethical treatment of animals India protested against Amul dairy company, suggested them to produce vegan milk. So public is the one of the major influencing factor. This is the common parlance. The word public refers to the people in general. Every company encounters certain public in its environment. According to Philip Kotler, expert in marketing management, a public is an any group has an actual or potential interest or impact on company's ability to achieve its objectives. Thus, public or various interest group which may have interest in the functioning of the business. Environmentalists have now taken up cause of pollution control, maintenance of ecological balance, and environmental protection. They have taken up issues which the government have also gone to the court with the public interests. The action of these environmentalists have now compelled some air and water polluting industry to shifting to location away from residential colonies of the city. Many non-government organizations, NGOs, have also been protect against child labor, then cruelty against animals, environmental problems, etc. In it's maybe not that such group or not always threat to the business. Some publics offer an opportunity for the business. For example, media is a big help to about a new product, new uses of existing products, etc. A firm has look out for way means to ensure cooperation from the local public, which may be mutual benefit to the company as well as local community. In second one, macro environment. The external environment is divided into two: micro environment, another one macro environment. The macro environment in larger macro environment, which provide opportunities poses threat to the firm. First one, economic environment. Economic environment. An economic environment refers to all those forces and factors which have an economic impact on business. It consists of the role the private and public sector, monetary and fiscal policy, role of saving and investment, economic reforms, agriculture, industrial production, infrastructure, planning, basic economic philosophy, stages of economic development, trade cycle, national income, per capita income, money supply, international debt, etc. Uh, these are the economic factors influence the business, just like public role of private and public sector, monetary and fiscal policy, role of savings and investment of people, then economic reforms, then agriculture, industrial production, infrastructure, planning, basic economic philosophy, stages of economic development, trade cycle, national income, per capita income, money supply, international debt, etc. It's differ from one country to another country. For example, increase in gross domestic product will increase disposable income and thus further rise in demand for the product. So economic factor is one of the major factor. Second one, political and legal environment. Political and legal environment. Political system and ideology of the political parties exert a lot of influence in determining the course of action which the business enterprise may adopt. In every country, irrespective of the nature of economic system, the government play an active role as planner, regulator, and promoter of economic activity. Only the extent and nature of this role varies from system to system. In a capitalist economic system, business corporates are very powerful. They have to operate within the parameter which are determined by broad policies of the government. The ideology of the government also shape the political environment of the country. For example, India deliberately mixed economic system after it's become a independent. It still continues to be mixed economy, but its nature has undergone to drastic changes. The first 3 decades of planning mixed economy has tilt towards socialism, but now it's increasingly moving towards a market-driven economy where free competitive forces play an active role. The nature of political stability has a lot of influence on the economic activity and willingness of the business to participate in economy. An unstable government is likely to shift stance, make frequent changes of policies because of political compulsion, which may enthusiasm business enterprise of greater participation in economy. The political environment or legal environment constitute all the factors related to the activities of legislatives, executives, and judiciary, which play a leading role in shaping, directing, developing, and controlling business activities. For example, rules and regulations framed by government, like licensing policy, Skill India movement, Digital India, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, then polythene bag, etc. These schemes are framed by the governments. It's also affected by the business. Higher business growth can be achieved in a stable and dynamic political legal environment. Then fourth one, third one, technological environment. Technological environment. Technology is defined as systematic application of scientific or other organized knowledge to particular task. Is a scientific application of scientific or other organized knowledge to particular task. The technology incorporates both machines and the way of thinking. The technology environment consists of all those factors which are related to the knowledge about machines and process used in production of goods and services. The varying technological environment of different countries affect designing of product. For example, USA and several other countries, the electrical appliance and instruments are designed for 110 watt. But when these are meant for India, they are made for 220 watt. Similarly, the technological development may create demand for several new products. In fact, keeping up with tempo of technological changes in major concern of business executive all over the world. No country, and for the matter, no business firm can afford persist with the outdated technology. The overall scenario of business operation has undergone tremendous changes in all over the world due to fast track development in information technology, computer technology, and the communication sector. Because of this development, whole world has the size is considered to be global village. The whole world is a global village. Now you can talk to anyone anywhere in the world with a click of button. Everyone now has access the information about the development taking place corner the world. With the internet, with cable TV, it is the possible now for buying in India to know what people in other countries are consuming or using. The technological development has taken place not only in the manufacturing sector but also very significantly in service sector. For example, with a high quality of financial and banking services provided by foreign and private sector bank. The public sector bank in India have started feeling heat of competitions and have restored automation and computerization. It's a big way customer to succeed and retain the business. These organized knowledge and innovation provide a new method of producing goods and services and latest way of operating business. Recent technological changes such as online sale of grocery item, online booking of air ticket, online payment, online telemedicine, teleconsultations have changed the business strategies. As a technology is changing fast, organizations should keep a close look at these technological fluctuations for their adaptation in their business activities. These are the technological environment. Next one, global or international environment. Global or international environment. International environment comprise all those factors: economic, political, technological, sociological, etc. that operate that transactional, cross-cultural, and across the border level, which also have an impact on the business operations of an enterprise. The development which take place at the global level determines the causes of changes in international environment. The factors such as process of globalizations and peace at which talking places or formation of a regional trading bloc, European Union, then Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, then Association of Southeast Asian Nation, trend in global trade. The setting of World Trade Organizations on January 1st, 1995 has created new kind of international environment where the focus is on providing opportunities of trade without any kind of discrimination. Increased market access by removing all tariff and non-tariff barriers. Promotion of fair competitions and provisions of legal systems for trade practices. India is also one of the founder member of World Trade Organization. Impact of various agreement of World Trade Organization on Indian economy is still being depicted within the country. Another one, the global environment includes all environmental factors having a global impact. It is also important for shaping business activities. Thereof, globalization, the the whole market, the whole market is a small village. The whole market is a small village. The business analyzes the international environment to cope up with changes. Next one, social cultural environment. Social cultural environment. The social cultural environment reflect customs and values which influence business practices. People attitude towards work, wealth, lifestyle, ethical issues, religion, the role of family, marriage, education, and also social responsiveness of business impact of business. For example, the foreign banks like McDonald's were sensitive to Indian culture and avoided selling beef burgers in India. So social cultural reflect the customs value which influence business practices. People's attitude towards work, wealth, lifestyle, ethical issues, religion, the role of family, marriage, educations, and social responsiveness of business, impact of business. Next one, demographic environment. In demographic environment includes the composition and characteristics of the population. Demographic features deal with the size and consumptions of population. Normally, the absolute size of population in a country is an important factor determining the size of domestic market. But the real size of any market is determined on the basis of nature of composition of population. Therefore, demographic factors such as size and growth rate of population, life expectancy, age compositions, sex composition, rural urban distribution of population, income level, education level, family size, family life cycle, occupation, religion, nationality, etc. are all relevant to business. Demographic environment differ from country to country and also from place to place within the same country or same region. A complete understanding of demographic features society help the firm to designing their business strategy properly. A company where the population's growth rate is high, children constitute a larger section of population, resulting is more demand for baby products. Whereas in countries having low population growth with higher life expectancy, and the elderly people constitute a larger section of population. The nature of demand for a product and the consumption pattern is going to be very different. Similarly, the size in the increase in size of population with middle and high income group shall result in an increased demand for customers goods, both durable and non-durable. As in case of India, where the demand for products like automobile, branded ready-made garments, electronics products, home appliance, etc., has increased manifold. A business firm which reads demographic changes accurately and monitor it continuously will find opportunities knocking at its doorsteps. So the organization analyze the demographic factors. Demographic environment includes the composition and characteristics of population, the population size, and the growth, the life expectancy of the people, rural urban distribution of population, the technological skill, and education level of labor force are part of demographic environment. These forces are also impact the organization functioning. For example, many multinational companies are targeting Indian youth because of the country's demographic dividend. In Indian population is 144 million. Then seventh one, natural environment. Natural environment includes geographical and ecological resources like minerals and oil reserves, weather and climatic condition, water and forest resources, and port facilities. These are the very uh, these are very important for many business activities. For example, places where climatic conditions such as temperatures are high, demand for cooler and air conditioner will also high. Similarly, demand for cloth and building material is also conditioned upon weather and climatic condition. Natural calamities such as flood, droughts, earthquake, etc., greatly affect business activities. So, natural business is also affected by the quality of natural environment. In a particular country, there are some businesses which can establish only at the source where raw material is available. For example, sugar industry is possible only at those places where sugar cane can grow because of suitable climate and soil condition. The industries which get raw material and input from natural resources can similarly be also established near the sources of availability of input, otherwise increased transportation cost of raw material and input. It will make industrial unit uncompetitive. Another dimension of natural environment is the ecology. It is the past. In the past, the industry has given scans regard the ecological environment issues. It degenerate the environment by contaminating water and polluting air, and distribute the ecological balance by way of changing the forest, mineral resources, etc. Business has become more aware of its natural environment and is engaged in recycling of product, development of new technology, where the further damage to the environment be least be stopped. Okay, these are the types of business environment. The types of business environment. Normally, business environment is divided into two: internal environment, another one external environment. Internal environments are inside the organizational factor. It's a controllable one. Uh, the factors are value system, organization vision, objectives, organization structure, corporate culture, human resources, physical resources, and financial capabilities. Then external environments are again divided into two: micro environment, macro environment. Micro environments are suppliers of input, customers, marketing intermediaries, competitors, public. Macro environment is uncontrollable factors: economic environment, political environment, legal factors, technological environment, in global or international environment, socio-cultural environment, demographic environment. Okay, next one, importance of business environment. Importance of business environment. Business environment play an important role in functioning of organization. Well, first one, enable the organization to identify the business or opportunities and achieving first advantage. Normally, make business dynamic and flexible, long-term growth, social acceptance, efficient utilization of resources, business changes, threat detected, opportunities detected, weakness detected, strength detected. Okay, strength detected, weak strength, weakness, opportunities, threat, business changes, efficient utilization of resources, social acceptance, long-term growth, make business dynamic and flexible. Many opportunities are provided by the business environment to the organization. The scanning the business environment will help the organization to attain first mover. The second one, the help the firm to identify the threats and early warning signal. The business analyze the business environment helps the firm to identify the threats and early warning signal. The business enterprise who can scan the business environment and obtain qualitative information on time will be able to get warning signal to deal with negative policies and constraints of the business environment. Then another one importance is help in tapping and assembling resources. Resources such as raw material, capital, money, labor, etc., or the necessary input to the business organization. All these inputs are obtained through the environment of the firm for carry out their activities and also expect something in return. Uh, fourth importance is help in adjusting and adopting to rapid business changes. Help in adjusting and adopting to rapid changes. Business environment scanning assists the firm to scan and understand the rapid changes in the environment, and these changes are having important implications on business strategies. Then fifth one, planning and policy making. Planning and policy making assist in the business environment, assist in planning and policies making. The major strategic plan and policies in the organizations are formulated based on business environment, because the policies and strategies have to be implemented in the presence of these environmental factors. Another one important is help in performance improvement. Help in performance improvement. Continuous scanning of business environment can improve their performance by incorporating changes in the internal environment, matching to external environment. Business organization can enhance and prosper their market share. These are the major importance of business environment. Maybe unleash the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, changes in business, efficient utilization of resources, social acceptance, long-term growth, performance improvement, planning and policy making, then adjusting and adapting to rapid changes, then tapping, assembling resources. Okay. Next, we move on to environmental analysis. Environmental analysis. We know that all organizations perform with the framework of specific factor of business environment. The business environment, this can be internal as well as external. A proper environmental analysis of business environment is very important. The proper environmental analysis of the business environment is very important. These are different steps involved in environmental analysis of business. First one, scanning the internal as well as external factors. Second one, grouping of scanned factor. Third one, observation of internal factor. Fourth one, monitoring external factor. Fifth one, defining the variables for the analysis. Sixth one, identifying specific techniques for analysis. Steps in environmental scanning, the environmental analysis. First one, scanning the internal external factor, grouping the scanned factor. Then third one, observation of internal factors. Fourth one, monitoring external factor. Then defining the variables for the analysis. Fifth one, identifying specific technique for analysis. Then scanning is a environmental scanning. Every organization must closely and thoroughly monitor its relevant environment. The process by which the organization monitor their relevant environment to identify the opportunities that would benefit them and threat that would be avoided is known as environmental scanning. We know that the environment is a dynamic, complex, and has far-reaching impact on business. The organization must be able to anticipate the unknown and uncertain environmental changes so that they are able to utilize the opportunity to grow and respond to changes and threats. Their futures depends upon how innovative they are and how well they manage the change. The business scenario is highly competitive and no organization can afford to miss opportunities which environmental changes are providing for simple reason that the organizations which are efficient will grab such business opportunities and drive in efficient not performing assets of business organizations. The process of environmental scanning that should achieve one is scanning should provide a complex understanding of current and potential changes taking place in the environment. The scanning should provide a complete understanding of current and potential changes taking place in the environment. It should provide input for strategic decision making. Then it should facilitate and foster strategic thinking in the organization. It should challenge us and current wisdom by bringing fresh viewpoint to the organization. Uh, the first step, environmental scanning, involved identification of key environmental variables which have impact on organization's business and industry. These environmental variables comprise both micro and macro environment of business. The organization requires to identify those variables which are relevant, and also the variables which are general in nature. The key environmental variables can be customer related, competitions or market related, or technology related, regulatory framework related, etc. The identification of sourcing the informations for environmental scanning. The environmental scanning require information input which can be derived from different sources. The internal sources such as a company file and documents, a database generated by management information system, companies, employees, and so on. Secondary sources of information such as government publications, newspapers, journals, magazines, trade and industry associations, newsletter, then annual reports of competing firms, etc. Then we collect the informations from mass media such as radios, televisions, internet, then formal studies conducted by external agencies such as marketing research agencies, consultant, and educational institutions, etc. Then spying and surveillance through industrial agencies, then ex-employees, then ex-employees of competitors by planning one person to reveal competitors. Then approaches of environmental scanning. The organizations may adopt either systematic approach or process from approach, combination of approaches. It's depending upon need and situations. Then techniques, wide ranging of techniques are available for environmental scannings. There are qualitative as well as quantitative techniques. There are formal and systematic techniques as well as different methods are used. These techniques are selected depending upon the needs and cost involved. The factors affecting the environmental scannings are one is events are important, such specific occurrence taking place in different environmental sector. Then trends are general tendency or course along which events take place. Then expectations are the demand which are made by various interest group in respond to their concern for the issues which has emerged. Then another one method of environmental scan is SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis: strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. Yes, strength, weakness, opportunity, threats of the organization. SWOT analysis is one of the best method of scanning. Is a business analysis process of examining both the internal as well as external environment of organization. Here S represent strength, W represent weakness. Both are internal constituents of the organization, while O represent available opportunities in the market, T represent threats in the market. Both are the external constituents of the organization. Then environmental scanning, analysis, internal analysis are strength and weakness, external analysis are opportunities and threats. It reflects the core competence. Strength reflects the core competencies or capabilities of the organizations for which it can achieve strategic advantage over its competitors. Even if the organization does not gain any advantage over its competitors, it indicates an organization's capacities in which the organization is carrying affirmative aspects. For example, mobile payment platform PhonePe has the strength of easy user interface. So strength. Then every organizations have some strength. Very good technology, updated technology, very good skilled labor, then very good machines and equipments, then very good location, very good plant layout, then very good infrastructure facilities, then good quality product, produced good quality products, or launching innovative products. These are the company strength. Then uniqueness of the product. Okay, everything's strong. Then weakness. Uh, W stands for weakness. Weakness means those factors which prevent successful result within the organization. Which factors which prevent successful result within the organization. These are the exact opposite of strength. Strength indicate competitive advantage, while weakness indicate the competitive disadvantage of the organization. Strength indicate competitive advantage of the organization. Weakness indicate the competitive disadvantage of the organization. Disadvantage is same. Poor quality of machines, traditional machines are there. Selection, poor quality of the quality of the product. Then price may be differ. Then unskilled workers. Then sometimes locations. These are the weakness. Then lack of traditional technologies. Okay. Then opportunities. Third on opportunities. These are the favorable circumstances present in the external environment which should be grabbed by the organization to enhance its strength, to gain competitive advantage. An organization strategist must be aware of the upcoming opportunities in the market so that it would grab them on a time, would rise the revenue and profit. To find every organization, find out the opportunities and develop the business. Then fourth one, threat. The term threat reflect exposing vulnerabilities to some things which leads to adverse impact in an external environment if sudden or even gradual changes occur which are not in favor of the organization, then these represent threats to the organization. This also sometimes the predictable one, but sometimes the unpredictable one. Okay. The SWOT analysis is a tool to evaluate strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats of the organization. Every organization should do SWOT analysis very effectively to explore both internal and external factor of an organization. And accordingly, business strategy should be formulated. Next one, basis of microeconomics, basis of macroeconomics. Since the business is an economic activities, a business firm, an economic unit, and business decision making is an economic process. It is the economic environment of business which is the primarily consideration in evaluating the business policies, business strategies, and business tactics of an corporate entity in any national economy. Economic transaction or lifeline of business. And in the preceding sections, so you have learned how the business environment is influenced by the economic policy and economic structure prevailing in the industry. So the business environment must have some understanding of working of an economy. What are the different sector of economy, how they interact with one another, how monetary and fiscal policies influence the economy, and so on. The macroeconomics in primarily to study the behavior and performance of economy as a whole. The macroeconomics theory make use of macroeconomics model to explain the establish the relationship among different macroeconomic variables. Macroeconomics primarily study of behavior and performance of the economy as a whole. The income determination, price level determination, investment, employment, product and money market equilibrium, exchange rate, the balance of payment, etc. are main area of macroeconomics theory. It's income determination, price level determination, investment, employment, product and money market equilibrium, exchange rate, the balance of payment or the main area of macroeconomic theories. Macroeconomics also analyze the working and effect of major government policies like monetary and fiscal policies of the economy. According to macroeconomic theories, according to Gilbertson, macroeconomic theory is the theory of income, employment, price, and money. According to Paul Samuelson, macroeconomics is the study of the behavior of economy as a whole. It examines the overall level of nations' output, employment, price, and foreign trade. Macroeconomics study of the behavior of the economy as a whole. It examines the overall level of a nation's output, employment, price, and foreign trade. Interaction of business and macroeconomics. Inflation is one of the major prominent problem of macroeconomics. Inflation refers to the situation in which price of goods and services rise continuously over a period of time. Inflation can affect both the consumer and producer depending upon a cause of inflation, whether it is demandful or costful. If it is demandful or due to an increase in demand in relation to supply, then consumers are at a disadvantage. Costful or its increase in the cost of production affect the supplier or producer. In one of the instruments of monetary policy is increasing the repo rates. This is a repo is reverse repo rate. Repo and reverse repo rate. Increase in repo rates leads to both increase in the cost of borrowing for business and a shortage of money supply in the system. These both affect the scale of production. So producer and enterprise keep a close eye on every move of the government concerning and changes in monetary policy and fiscal policy. Some important concept of macroeconomics is first one, net national product, NNP, at factor cost. Net national product is a commonly known national income. The gross national product or NNP can also be evaluated as a factor cost. The basic cost of difference between two concepts, that is NNP national, net national product arise because some of the allocations of market value do not go into the payment to the factors of production. Second concept is gross domestic product, GDP. GDP, gross domestic product, is defined as the value of final goods and services produced within the border of a country during a fiscal year. It also includes income earned locally by foreigners and excludes income received by the nationals from abroad. Third one, GDP at market price. GDP, gross domestic product from at market price, is the total volume of final goods and services produced within a year at current prices. Then GDP at constant price, estimate GDP in reference to some basic period. To obtain GDP at constant price, GDP at market price is divided by GDP deflator and multiplied by 100. GDP at constant price is called a real GDP, while calculating at constant price. Normally aggregate demand and aggregate supply is there. Aggregate demand is one of the most important concept in microeconomics. Means total demand for customer and capital goods at a given price. It means aggregate demand means total demand for consumers and capital goods at a given price. Then aggregate supply shows the amount of output from plant to supply at different level of price, or the total supply of goods and services in an economy. Since firm like sell more output with increasing out product price, as aggregate supply has upward sloping supply curve. The intersection of intersection or it's determine the short run equilibrium in the economy. Another one concept, the multiplier or investment multiplier. Investment multiplier is of much important in macroeconomics. It's a ratio of change in income or national income to change in investment. It's a ratio of change in income divided by national income to change in investment. The four macroeconomic sectors are one is household sector. Four macroeconomic sectors are one is household sector. Household sector. This sector covers all the individual in the economy. The major function of this sector is to supply the factors of production to the different sector. These are the four factors of production: land, that is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. The household sector is the ultimate consumer who consume the goods and services that are manufactured by the firm and is return make payment to the firm. This sector also provide the savings and supply finance to the firm. Second concept is a firm or organization. This sector comprises all the businesses, firm and corporations. The major function of this sector is to manufacture goods and supply services for sale in the economy. The factors of production and pay them factors payment, namely rent, wages, interest, and profit. Third one, government sector. Fourth one, foreign sector. Third one, government sector. This sector involves the center, state, and local government of a country. The major function of this sector is the management and regulations of the economy. It is mostly done by its monetary and fiscal policy. Monetary policy is related to the regulation of the money supply in economy. Fiscal policy is related to taxes, public expenditure, and public debt. Then fourth one, foreign sector. This sector take into account all the economic transaction with the rest of the world. The foreign sector primarily consists of export and import of goods and services. When we sell domestically produced goods and services to the economies, these are called export. Import are items that are domestic country purchased from the outside the world. Then three markets are there. One is goods market, factor market, financial market or money market. Goods market, three markets, major markets in an economy: goods market, factor market, and financial market or money market. Goods market. This market, goods or services are exchanged among the different sector. The goods and services produced by the firm or industry are consumed by household, the government, and external sector. The factor market, factors of production, so traded in this market. The factors, services are demanded by firm for the production of goods and services. These factors are paid in the form of rent, wages, profit. For example, labor is the factor of production and is owned by household sector. Workers offer the services and they hired by the firm, the government and foreign sector. Third one, money market. In this market, equilibrium is attained between demand or supply of money. Primarily, money market or money. Money is provided in the form of savings by the household sector and is channelized by financial institutions like bank. The firms borrow from these financial institutions and equilibrium is attained in the money market. The government regulates the money market by its monetary policy. A circular flow of income and expenditure. The economic system can be viewed the continuous flow of income and expenditure. It is flow that determine the size of the national income and what economy. One of the major objectives of macroeconomics is income determination. Income determination. So it is important to understand the circular flow of income and expenditure. Two sector flow. Two sector flow. In the two sector flow, we have namely household and firm. We have to discuss the main characteristics of both of these sector. Household supply factors of production is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur to the firm. Firm is the return make factors payment, rent, wages, interest, and profit to the household. Then financial intermediaries like bank channelize the savings from the household to the firm. The firm take the loan from the bank and other financial institution. The primary ingredients of loan creations by bank is savings from household. Another one, three sector model, government, household, and firm. And between relations of government, firm, and household, three sector. So government affect circular flow of income and expenditure through monetary and fiscal policy. Then four sector model is there. In four sector models is consist of export function, the economic growth, economic development, and equitable distribution of income depend upon the export level of a country. Export are needed for maintaining foreign exchange reserve in economy. Export also play an important role in increasing the internal trade and economic stability of a country. Then import functions, import price in relation to domestic prices, domestic tariff, domestic trade policy, capacity of import, income level, export level. When the value of export is the value of import, we call it a trade surplus. When the value of export is more than the value of import, called surplus. However, when the value of import is more than the value of export is called a trade deficit and represent an unfavorable situation of any unfavorable situation for any economy. The fourth relation, household, government, firm, foreign sector. Next one, economic growth and development. Economic growth and development. Achieving a higher rate of economic growth is an objective of every nation around the world. It is because of economic growth that production, employment, income, saving, and investment in this country increase, the standard of living improve, and the people of the countries prosper. But how can this objective be met? What are the major factors which contribute to achieving higher rate of economic growth? Some theories of economic growth. Uh, you all must have heard or read at one time or another that some countries of world like USA, on other hand, countries like India, China, etc. are classified as developing countries. Now, you might guessing how countries are labeled as developed, developing, or underdeveloped country. Why it is so that underdeveloped? Well, it's based on per capita income, gross domestic product, gross national income. Countries are classified into various categories of development and level of income based on certain level of income. These threshold or defined by different world organizations like United Nations, World Bank, etc. from time to time. The economic growth indicates increase in national income and total output of the country. The growing GDP or gross national income and production capacity of the countries are some of the indicator of the national growth of the nation. The economic growth can be viewed as material well-being of a country. On the other hand, economic development implies an upward trend in the real income of the country over a long period. The changes is spontaneous and discontinuous. It is a movement from one equilibrium point to another. Purchasing power priority. One of the important curiosity among individual politicians, economists, is to compare their country with another. There are many conclusions for their convenience. However, there will well-developed methodology to do and called purchasing power priority. Purchasing power priority measure the purchasing power of the currency. Purchasing power of the currency. It measures the total amount of goods and services. Total amount of goods and services that a single unit of a currency of one country can buy it another country. For example, if a pair of shoe cost is rupees 1,000 in India, if the same pair of shoe cost is $50 in USA, then the exchange rate between US dollar ₹84. It means $1 equal to Indian rupee 84. If you convert cost of the basket of goods and service into common currency and it's this process. The price difference is eliminated across countries. Purchasing power parity equalize the purchasing power of currency. It was important to discuss the purchasing power parity on data. Various developed indicators published using purchasing power parity approach. Then a measurement of economic development. Economists are interested in measuring economic development because it can help in ranking the countries and making meaningful comparison. From time to time, attempt has been made measure economic development with some social economic indicator ranging from social development index of United Nations Research Institute on Social Development, physical quality of life index, Then human development index, etc. The classification of countries, low income. Normally, the countries classified on the basis of income. Low income, like countries like Afghanistan, Haiti, Somalia, Madagascar, Ethiopia. These are the lower income group of economy. Then lower middle income, India, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar, Pakistan. Lower middle income. Then upper middle income groups, people are China, Thailand, Cuba, Maldives. Upper middle income groups live in China, Thailand, Cuba, Maldives. Higher income group live in USA, UK, Finland, France, New Zealand, Germany, Norway, Oman. Based on income level, the countries are classified into low income, lower middle income, upper middle income, high income. Low income, then Harold Domer model of economic growth. This model, three growth rate are explained, namely actual growth, warranted growth rate, and natural growth rate. Three growth rates are explained, namely actual growth, warranted growth, and natural growth. The actual growth rate is determined by the actual rate of saving and investment. It is expressed income divided by total income. This growth rate is determined by savings income ratio and capital output ratio and its relationship. Warranted growth rate. Warranted growth rate is also known as full capacity growth rate or potential growth rate. If the economy is making optimum use of these resources and working at full capacity, then we can say that is the warranted rate of growth. Next one, natural growth rate. This rate of growth of an economy can achieve with the help of natural resources. Factors like capital, equipment, technical knowledge, amount of fertile land, minerals, and forest covers, etc. Determine the natural growth rate of an economy. But then another one model is solo models of economic growth. Solo models is also known as neoclassical growth theory, was proposed by Robert Sodo in 1956, also awarded a Nobel Prize for Economics in 1987. This model proposed that changes in population growth rate or rate of technological progress and saving rate bring about changes in the level of output. There are three basic propositions of neoclassical growth theory. First one, the growth of output in long run steady state is determined growth of labor, growth of activity. The steady state is determined by rate of growth of the labor force and the rate of growth of labor savings and investment to GDP. The third, there will be concurrence in the income level of different countries with certain assumptions related to labor force growth, savings, depreciations, and productivity growth. The major assumptions of the model is labor force grow at a constant exogenous rate, then constant return to scale. Output is a function of capital and labor, both factors subject to diminishing productivity, the elasticity of substitution is equal to 1. All of the savings is converted into investment, then variable capital output ratio. Next one, evaluation of capital and steady state. Uh, the central idea of endogenous growth theory is that the economic growth of a nation is generated by the factors which are within the production to scale rather than exogenous factors. The major objective of this new growth theory is to explain differences in the growth rate observed by developed and underdeveloped countries. Further, the theory assumes increasing return to scale in production function, which implies the proportionate change in output will be more than proportionate change in input. Similarly, this theory also explains inequality gap between developed and underdeveloped countries. According to the theory, developing countries offer a higher rate return on investment. Of underdevelopment, in the economic literature, there are vast number of theories related to underdevelopment. As discussing all of them are beyond the scope of, we present the details about the major theories of underdevelopment, namely vicious circle of poverty, low level equilibrium trap, critical minimum effort, big push, and stages of economic growth. Normally, vicious circle of poverty consists of low level income, low savings, low demand, low investment, low rate. Low investment, low rate. Low productivity, low real income, low savings, low demand, low investment, low rate of capital formation, low productivity. Low level equilibrium trap model. Richard Nelson gave this theory, low level equilibrium trap, which highlight that underdeveloped or trapped into low level income. He propounded the low per capita income. According to Quantum Leap, about minimum per capita income is required to above which people are able to rise the level of savings and this higher level of national income and next one is national income. The health and well-being of economy can be judged by the amount of total income that the citizen of economy are earning. The national income account help us to understand the growth and trajectory of the economy. Different concept related to national income, GNB, gross national product, NNP, net national product, market price, already discussed everything, factor price, personal income, disposable income. Then different approaches of estimating national income, product method and or value added method, income method, and expenditure method. Depends. Three approaches of measuring national income. One is product method or value added method. Second one, income method. Third one, expenditure method. Next one, inflation. Inflation can be understood as situations where too much money chases too few goods. Situation value of money fall and price rises is inflation. Money value is decreasing, price increasing. The value of money fall and price rise is inflation. Price rises, inflations. Uh, Different methods of measuring inflations, changes in price index numbers, then GNB deflector, then different types of inflations also, types of inflations. Okay, thank you. That's all. Thank you for your cooperations. Thank you very much.
Sir,
Tell me, sir.
sir, actually, is there any important question regarding this environmental business environment for exam point of view? And if you could
Uh,
share with the attendance link also.
uh, okay, next class I will explain the important questions, everything. I don't know attendance sleeping. I don't know exactly. I didn't get it. I attendance link.
Sir, can you send the
Okay, next.
PPT?
Sure, sure, sir, sure. I will send it.
Okay, करवा के मतलब फिर देते हैं हम लोग क्या नहीं तो मतलब मैं तो नहीं कर रहा बट ये हम लोग फिनिश कर दिए 3 मिनट एक बार